Alright, let's check out Axie Infinity. So once again we have broken above this descending trend line. If we do zoom out, you can see this isn't necessarily the first time that we have broken above this trend line. We broke above it briefly or momentarily on these 2 wicks over here. If we do zoom into the past few weeks or so, you can see that we do have multiple times where we poked our head above here on the daily and came back down. We had a daily close above it once and a candle body opening here. We had a close, another close, and an opening here. So we've got a plethora of openings outside of it over here. So this isn't the first time that Axie has broken out of this trend line and fallen off the table afterwards. In my previous video I said if we did break out of this trend line there would be 2 things that I'm looking for. So this has really happened at the worst time in my opinion, because like I said, I would need a weekly close above this trend line for me to kind of flip my position on this coin. So personally, I am sitting on the sidelines with altcoins. That is because, if we do come over to the Bitcoin dominance is raising. We said this for the past few weeks, that while it's above the 200-day, altcoins will be losing their price against Bitcoin. So what do I mean by that? If we come over to Axie, you can see today we are up 4.7%. Seems good. But if we come up to Bitcoin, Bitcoin is almost up. Well, it's up 9%. Let's just round it. So Bitcoin is heavily outperforming Axie Infinity in the short term. This is what we predicted when we've been talking about the Bitcoin dominance in the past few weeks. We did call this as soon as we poked our head here on the 11th of February. So, we've been talking about this for, it would be coming up to 3 weeks in the next couple of days, next few days or so. So what I really need to see for Axie is 2 things. Number one, in the short term, I would like to break above the 618 fib right here. This lines up with $56 on Axie. If we did break above $56, have a strong push, retest it and blast off, I think that would be very, very good and healthy for the market. If we did something like that, and it took us a week or so to come up here, we back tested the 618 and headed off, we potentially could be seeing a weekly close above this red trend line. So all in all, for me, nothing has changed at all for Axie. I mean, Axie, sure, it's up 5%, but Bitcoin's almost up 10%. So this is what I've been talking about. Altcoins are going to not do as well as Bitcoin in the short term, while the Bitcoin dominance is above the 200-day. And this is what we've been calling for a while now. Personally, I am still sitting on the sidelines for altcoins, and like I've been saying, I will flip my stance on that. I will start accumulating altcoins once Bitcoin breaks above the 46,000. Until that happens, this could still be a lower high. We could even come up to something like 44, 45,000 and fall over the table. So I wouldn't be completely out of the question. This has happened very many times before with Bitcoin, where we do just rally and then fall off the table. So for me to change my perspective on altcoins, 46,000 for Bitcoin needs to be broken. In the short term, Axie Infinity isn't doing as well as Bitcoin. And, if we do zoom out, so far we have held, or we are above the 0.786. I would prefer to be above the 618, just personally, which is up here at $67 to $68. So once we do get above this micro 618, we can start talking about returning to, this big red box of resistance that we have up here. So number one, we have the 618 as the bottom of this red box, and let's see where the top of this red box lines up to. Is this the 786? I think we meant to put it here, so let me just zoom out. Yeah, so I think that should have been there. I must have moved it by accident. So what we have here is 2 different places where we could potentially get rejected in the short term. Until we do close a weekly candle and potentially get above 56, I will still be sitting on the sidelines for Axie. But so far so good. We've broken above this trend line. If we maybe saw like 2 or 3 days above this trend line, I could start talking about, you know, we could be getting ready to return to the 618 up here at 66. Whether that would be a rejection before falling off the table, that's yet to be seen. We'd need to kind of reanalyze the market as we do kind of push up to 67, if we do push up to 67. But for me, nothing's changed. Bitcoin is pushing up heavily, and the Bitcoin dominance is going up, which means, you know, coins like Axie and a lot of other altcoins are, you know, not doing as well as Bitcoin. So I think, you know, out of all these coins that I really cover, only Solana, which is funnily enough my favorite altcoin, the one that I hold the most. I only hold 2 altcoins. The other one is Dogelon, which is up 8%. So you know, you can see, you know, there's really not too many coins outperforming Bitcoin. Only Internet Computer and yeah, Solana. So apart from these 2 coins, I don't see any other coins specifically that I cover. Sure, there's probably tons of altcoins that are doing mental today, but yeah. So that's all I see for Axie Infinity. In the short term, we need to get above 56 and close a weekly candle above this trend line. Or for me, nothing has changed. So that's all I see for Axie Infinity. Once again, none of this is financial advice. This is just my opinion on the market, and you've always got to do what's best for you. Peace.